This is Favors Financial Topics, various topics. So, what are the big five personality traits? Costa and McCrae suggest that personality is structured among five dimensions. They argue that personality traits tend to be bipolar, with some people scoring on diagnostic tests at either extremes, high or low. The following make up the big five. So these are the ones: NEOAC, neuroticism, extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness. So we're going to look at the high-low dimensions and how personality traits and high-low dimensions affect our understanding of personal finances, which if we have a bad understanding would contribute to our financial setback, and how we might need to consider personality in terms of financial recovery. So let's look at extroversion. So high, you are affectionate, joiner, talkative, fun-loving, active, passionate. And then if you're low, you are reserved, loner, quiet, sober, passive, unfeeling. And so with high, it's very interesting. People can play on your affections for them, right? You know, your money is not my money, and I am not entitled to your money. And it's not good for me to play on your affections for me because you like me, you think I'm a nice person or whatever. And sometimes I notice that when you are nice to people and you tend to be a little affectionate with them, you know, they may be your little play child or something like that, or your friend, they tend to sort of slip in. Can you give me $20? You know, I left my wallet at the house. You know, I forgot. You mind paying for this? You know, they kind of play on your ability to be affectionate, and I don't think you should do that, because if you have the money in your pocket, as I noted in the previous slide, if you have the money, don't cry wolf. And being affectionate in certain instances might require you to be reserved, because if a person is coming at you immediately with money requests, they're going to come at you all the time. But if you look at it from another perspective, the perspective of a person, romantic partner, where you don't want that person to be so stingy with you, because you're not bad with your money, but you know, there's nothing that you wouldn't do to buy them something. And it's nothing worse than being in a relationship where you are doing all of the buying, right, and they're not doing anything. They're not making any kind of effort. Affection in the area of finances reveals a lot. You know, what you think of me. I'm not saying that you need to buy me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff or whatever, but it would be nice if you had some flowers sent. It would be nice if on your birthday I gave you a new watch or something, or not a new watch, I cooked you a full course meal right on your birthday. It shows a lot how affectionate financially you are towards that person. So when you find yourself in relationships where the person doesn't pull out their wallet at all, and you are the only one, and they're trying to play this sort of reserved play with you, then you may need to be reserved yourself. So then you have joiners and versus loners. So like with a joiner, I'm much more of a loner. And so when I don't do a lot of going to clubs, and I don't spend a lot of money. If I spend money, it's going to be strategic. I might go to a theme park, right? I might go on, vacations, things like that. But you have to manage your finances if you are a joiner. If you like to do a lot of things, if you like to go a lot of places, there's a group of you, right? You want to be careful that everyone who is going on a trip can pay for themselves. It doesn't make any sense that you have to foot not only the bill required of you, but also their bill, because they didn't plan their finances well. They automatically assume that if I got into trouble, we are in another country, I know my friends are not going to leave me here, right? And so when people find out that you are a joiner, you are a talkative, fun-loving, active, passionate person, they begin to play on that. You know, they want whatever you got, they want to be able to use it for wherever they are. And sometimes it may be important for you just to be quiet, to be sober. Don't always display just how, you know, fun loving you are, because then you end up funding the whole trip for everybody, right? And they would just keep their money to themselves. I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself. I'm not saying you can't be active. I'm not saying you need to be passive, but you do have to. I think there's a scripture in the Bible: don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. That you reveal too much, like, you know, I want the best. I want the best champagne. I want the best room. I want a suite. I'm buying all new clothes to go on this trip. I want to do the jet skis. That's telling them about the money you have, your abilities. Or if someone is funding the trip for you, they're going to automatically think, well, if they're funding it for you, you're not paying out of pocket, so why can't we experience the same thing too? Why don't they fund us? I mean, it's all one package, right? So sometimes it's not always a good idea to be too extroverted about what you have. Sometimes it might be good just to fake the fact that, girl, I'm on a budget. I want to enjoy myself, but I'm not going to spend too much more than I need to. So I set some boundaries. And then you're going to always have somebody, girl, just live for the day. Why you got to always be on the budget? But remember, the person who says live for the day is always the person who ends up having to come live with you, because they never kept a job. They never kept any savings. They spent all that they had. And then now they get to their midlife, and now they need somewhere to go. They need somewhere to live. No one married them, or they did get married and they divorced them. And so they were very extroverted and then turned out to be financially unstable. So sometimes it's a good idea to really just kind of be quiet about what you have financially, be a little sober. Yes, you are on vacation, and yes, you want to experience the full vacation, but it might be better to do that with one other person, than with the whole group, so that you are not hit financially because of people trying to use you. And make sure that that person who you accompany have the finances to support themselves, have the attitude and the belief system. Hey, I got this. I'm not saying I don't need your money, but I got this. I wouldn't go on this vacation if I didn't have it. And so those are your high-low dimensions for extroversion. All right. Hopefully you were able to gain some insight from this series topic. Like, subscribe, and visit. Like the video, hit the notification bell for future videos. You can visit my website, which is still in development, reginayfavors.com. You can always email me with a question, reginayfavors@yahoo.com. You will be able to purchase the book by the end of October 2021. I'm hoping that I will have it completely revised, rather. It is already written and done. I just have to edit it. It is Overcoming Setback: 5 Keys for Entering and Exiting Correction. Thank you for visiting the channel. Coming soon is my new book that I am working on presently, and hope to complete by the end of the year, December 2021, preferably February 2022, and that is Favors: Financial Recovery, Psychological Approaches to Overcoming Financial Setback, with some workbook elements. So it is it will be the book that will support the audio series, although I have developed the audio series prior to actually writing the book. So be on the lookout for this new book. When it comes out, when I finish, I will create an audio introduction to the book. Thank you again for visiting the channel.